Hello, whoever's here. Oh gosh, I am suffering, so you'll have to excuse me. Oh, my bloody, excuse me for swearing. My chair won't slide on the carpet. Hi Nathan, hi Lizzie. Oh, I'm going to take my painkillers. I was sat on a chair outside in the sun, which was a gorgeous day, and I didn't think anything more about it. But when I got up off the chair, my back was absolutely murdering me. It felt comfy at the time, but obviously it wasn't the one that my back liked. If I'd have known it was going to be uncomfy, I wouldn't have sat on the really. So I am now in agony. And my fire won't light because I think the last lot of logs that got delivered were wet through. So I'm struggling. I've used I don't know how many firelighters and bits of wood and tried to get it going, and it looks as though it's going and then it just dies and goes out again. So I think I'm going to be up and down, up and down. The weather was absolutely beautiful, but as soon as the sun goes in, it goes freezing, Esther. I've never known a place like it. As soon as that sun goes in, even my son said it, and he's normally really warm. And even he said when the sun goes in, God, I'm that weak, I can't even get my pills out of the packet. They put them in some kind of tin foil that's stronger than ox, this tin foil. I can't get my pill out at all. Aha, at last. I've got it out. Now I can swallow it now. And hope for miracles to occur. The fire is still looking as though it's going, but that's because it's got it's had about a dozen firelighters, this fire. And it still won't catch. I'm sure that. The wood felt damp when I brought it in. We had a new load of logs delivered the other day, and I'm sure they're wet, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry I've got this on, but I've gone shivery. Because the fire won't light, I've gone shivery. Maybe I'll warm up when the fire warms up. Everybody go on my fire, will you? Hi, Chris. Hi, June. Can you all act like bellows? Hi, Lisa. To get me fire going, you know. It's going at the minute, but it's been doing that on and off for about the last half hour. Every time I take my eye off it, it goes and dies. What can you do when you've got wet wood? I should put it in the sunshine, shouldn't I? A few pieces just so that they can dry. I don't usually wear my wrap because I've got my cardigan on as well. And I put my tights on. I was that cold. I don't know what it is with me. Yeah, and I've got my gloves on because my fingers are cold. Oh, tell me about it. And yet this afternoon it was so hot. Trixie, she's upstairs, thank goodness. Yeah. They went out on the motorbike today and left me with the dogs, but they were really good. I think they've been out for a walk, so they were a little bit, what's the polite word to say, knackered. So they slept most of the time. We're having a problem with Trixie. We put some new grass seed down, which is growing up lovely, but she's snacking on the new grass. It says it's 11 degrees here, 11 degrees C, it says, but I don't know. I've been said we can go on holiday abroad. It can be absolutely roasting. But as soon as that sun goes in, I put a cardigan on. My ex-husband used to say, oh, for goodness sake, Janet, it has not gone cold. And I'd have goose pimples up my arm. As soon as that sun disappears, I go cold. Mm. Oh, it won't swallow. Oh, cordamode taste is disgusting when it doesn't swallow. Oh, now I've got a vile taste in my mouth now. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh. It's not my best wrap, this. If the back of my neck is... I've got a low neck dress on. If the back of my neck is cold, I'm cold. I could never wear anything that was backless, not even when I was young. Or anything with a low scoop neck. There was a fashion when I was young for wearing V-back sweaters. I could never wear them because I was cold. V-front sweaters I can wear, but V-back, no. Can't wear them. Oh. And even if I was younger, I could never wear one of those boho tops, you know, that are all strings at the back. I'd be freezing. And my nose used to be red because it caught the sun. I must have a big nose because I have my sun hat on. My proboscis must have been sticking out past the sun hat. Arian says, your nose is gone red. I went, oh. Did you put sun cream on? I said, no, I have my hat on. And believe me, it's one of those big hats that will keep the sun off a small village, you know. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh. Hiya, Rick. How are you doing? Oh, that's better. Leaning back helps a lot. Sorry if I look a bit far away, but... Oh, you're peachy. Good show. I'm glad you're peachy. I've got backache, so I'm not peachy. I'm feeling grouchy. I'll be all right when my pills kick in. I can't always be little Miss Sunshine all the time, you know. We all get off days, and I'm having an off one. Oh, God, why did I sit on that chair? The trouble is, if it's sunny tomorrow, I've not got another chair to sit on unless I take. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. It doesn't feel that uncomfortable while I'm sitting on it. It's when I get up and come in that my back starts up. I've tried cushions. I've tried all sorts of things. I can't exactly wheel my computer chair out and sit on the deck. Although I might just do that tomorrow. I might just wheel my computer chair out. I might sit outside on this chair. It's got wheels. I'd have to lift it out, though, because there's a step where the conservatory is. But apart from that, I could wheel it everywhere. And then my son says, what are you doing that for? I say, well, I'm not having backache again. Is that fire still going? Has the flipping thing gone out again? No, it's still going. I'm having fire troubles. My wood's wet and it keeps going out. I was never a Boy Scout. I don't know how to rub two sticks together to make a fire, obviously. I've used about 12 fire lighters so far and a load of little sticks, and it still won't stay alight. Oh, never mind. It went out last night. Oh. What's the word of the topic? My backache and my chair that's uncomfy. That's what the topic of the day is. Oh, dear. Come in the shed. There's not much room in my shed, actually. It was sunny, though. I could have spread them out on the like, picnicky table. I could have put some there. I'll do that tomorrow if it's sunny. Just put about 4 or 5 pieces to dry. Oh, people are coming down the stairs. I used to have injections, the word be true, but they stopped doing them on the NHS. Yeah. It is a heated chair, but for some reason or other, I can't find where it plugs in. It's not working. It's just not. I thought it was plugged in, but apparently it's not. Electric chair, you know. I'm sure somebody would love to plug it in. Oh, it's got a little. It's there, but it appears to be plugged in, but it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Let me investigate. I won't be a moment. I have to get off it to look where the other thing is. Oh, to see where I can plug it in. Right, that's the plug for that. Aha, I have found it. Now where the other end is anybody's business. But I found one end anyway. Now I need to find the other end. Well, it's not that, because that's the computer chair. Maybe it's this, is it? No, that's the light. It's not this. I don't know where it is. I don't know where the bit is that plugs it in. I found the bit that on the chair, but I haven't found the other bit. Because that bit connects to the light. This bit connects to, I don't know what. Oh, there we are. There we are. Found you. I found you. Now I've lost the other bit. Ha ha. Oh, oh. Oh. I found it. No doubt I shall knock it over now. This chair does not move on carpet. Oh. Oh, I've done it. Right, let's see. Oh. Now, come on, people. I've got 9 thumbs up and there's 31 people in me room. Can I just drop a big hint, please? Thumbs up button, please. I'm feeling grouchy. So press my thumbs up button. Thank you, somebody did. Oh, right, I've got my little thing. Right. Heat. Right, which bit? Oh. Now I need to move the cushion because the heat won't go through the cushion, will it? Oh, I've got 16 thumbs up now. Thank you very much. Oh, I feel much better when I see my thumbs up. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear the buzzing, but the chair's going. It's been gorgeous today, will the word be true. It's been absolutely glorious. I can't complain. It's just gone cold. The sun went in. And my fire won't stay lit. Oh, the blooming thing. It's struggling again. No, and honestly, it has been glorious. I was sat in the back garden and it was absolutely glorious. And I'm thinking, this is the life. But apparently on Monday it's going to change. It's going to rain again. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. But if I've got this backache, I'll be staying in my bed for a bit. Oh, I don't know what hours it is. It's 10 degrees C. Come on, Chris, you're good at working this out, what it is in Fahrenheit. And your brain's not working today. Oh dear, please. 50. I didn't think it was very warm. Yeah. You tired of babysitting the house? I thought you were. Why is it a cold house? Is it not your house? Oh, it's like that there, is it? What's happened to this global warming we keep being threatened with? Oh, the world's frizzling up. Oh, the fish are waiting to be caught. No, they're not. They're staying in the. They fish all along the seafront here. I don't know whether they catch anything, but they're always fishing. And the stormier it is and the worse it is, the more fishermen there are on the. Oh, yeah, probably it is. You're right, Chris. Heavier rain and heavier. I don't know whether they catch anything. There's absolutely loads of fishermen all along the seafront. I keep saying I'm going to take a video, but I never do. My camera, not my, the camera on my phone, cuts off after about 5 seconds, so it's useless at doing any videos. And I always forget not using the right bait. No, I don't know whether there's any fish there. I said to one guy, I said, "Do you catch any fish?" He said, "No, not really." He said, "But it gets me away from the wife for a couple of hours." And I thought, that's not the way to be, is it? Gets him away from the wife for a couple of hours. Oh, mind if he's got a naggy wife, I suppose it's a change, isn't it, to go and stand and look at the sea. Yeah. Well, our energy bills, I suppose it's the same worldwide, isn't it? You're scared of putting anything on, aren't you? I mean, now I've got this chair and I'm thinking, how much energy is it using up while I've got the chair buzzing and heating? You're scared of putting things on anymore. Scared of switching lights on, scared of putting the heating on. You're thinking, oh my God, how much is this going to cost me? It's ridiculous. You know, I've lived all my life never having to worry about bills. I mean, yes, it's been struggles sometimes to pay them, but they've always been within my reach. But now you're frightened because you're thinking, I can't pay them. Somebody's making one heck of a profit out of us. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I dread to think what our water bill is. The heating alone, well, the heating, gas, electric, it's all together. Thrifty Living channel. She's got frugal. Well, yeah, she probably sits there in a blanket, doesn't she? Not putting the heating on. But the thing is, if you don't put your heating on, the house is going to go damp. Your clothes are damp in the wardrobe. Everything's damp. You know, it's going back to the old age where green mold used to grow on your clothes in the wardrobe, isn't it? It's all right not being putting your heating on. But if your house gets damp and you get damp crawling up the walls and stuff, you know, it gets worse, doesn't it? I just keep hoping that the sun will shine soon and we won't need. Well, we're not putting the heating on. It's just me lighting my fire, isn't it? Doing the exercise chair, playing the piano. I don't have one. I can crochet a bit faster. Will that help, Rick? I'll do a bit of knitting. Will that work up a bit of energy? Oh. Pick fruits from the forest. There's no flipping trees. You can't pick fruits from the sea, can you? There isn't a tree for miles. We've got 3 trees in the garden, but they don't have any fruits. hamburger tree. Oh dear. Where I lived before, there used to be blackberries and all sorts growing down in the clough, and you could also find mushrooms down in the clough. I never picked them because I was never sure whether they were poisonous or not. But there was, mushrooms and blackberries and everything. Yeah. No, there's no fruit trees round here for miles, except in a farm, I presume. There's nothing growing wild round here, trust me. It's not even a flower round here unless it's in somebody's garden. And even then they get killed because of the salt in the sea air. Oh dear. Yeah, I love these frugal people say, grow your own veg. Couldn't grow any veg round here. Have you tried? Oh, I did grow some tomatoes last year, but there was only about a quarter of a pound of tomatoes all in all. It took me all summer to grow them. And they were only little titchy little things, about the size of a golf ball. Yeah, the wrong kind of people are growing wild, yeah. Hi, Lizzie. You're freezing on the Norfolk coast. It's gone cold here. It was lovely. Lovely all day. It was freezing. The family went out on the motorbike earlier on. I was sitting in the garden, peace and quiet. She uses tea bags 3 times. I don't drink tea. I don't think I can cut my coffee in half. Hi, Denise. We have people like that use tea bags 3 times. They call Yorkshire or tight. Yeah. God, it must be that weaker tea. It must be hardly worth drinking. It must be like hot water with a tea bag rolled over it. Yeah. You do that. You use a tea bag 3 times. Oh my goodness me. I don't like tea, so that rules that out, doesn't it? She got any tips for coffee? And I don't mean coffee grounds because I have instant coffee. Oh, I often think these people who do these frugal trips and that they must have a very miserable life. Yeah, hang them on the washing. Oh dear. Yeah, it's been 50 degrees apparently now, but it was been warmer earlier on. Yeah. Hi, Lydia. She buys. How do they know? She know what they want, or does she just take potluck and give them anything? I used to have a friend who used to buy Christmas crackers and Christmas cards when they were in the sale just after Christmas and save them up till the following year. Christmas paper, Christmas cards, stuff like that. Wrapping paper and everything. I thought, oh, I couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered. Oh dear. Let's see who has massaged me. It won't be anything interesting, I bet you. Oh, it's from Knitting Club. Oh, one of the ladies at Knitting Club is doing a. Oh, it's a gorgeous looking shawl. It's granny stitch, spike stitch, and it's like a zigzag. And she did it in like a mink colour, a cream colour, and like a sort of a eucalyptus green. Oh, it looked absolutely gorgeous. During lockdown, you stop watching it. I've stopped watching a load of people. Oh, my friend's little boy went to see the Super Mario film. He's mad about Mario, yeah. Yeah. Well, he's only 11, 12, so he wouldn't have seen the first Mario film. Unless it's on video, of course. He might have seen it on video. But his big brother works at the cinema and can get free tickets every now and again. So he took his little brother to watch it. And that kind of him. Uh, Hi, Jeannie. You've been hovering or hoovering? Oh, no, hovering. Oh, you've been very poorly. Oh, I hope you feel better now. Hope you feel better now, Jeannie. A lot of people have been poorly, haven't they? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's awful when you lose. Well, I've not got a husband to lose, but I would imagine it's awful if you love your husband and you lose him, yeah. Anybody, if you love anybody, brother, sister, everything. I know I felt it when I lost my brother. I mean, it's a long time ago now. I'm not saying it for sympathy, but I lost my brother and my dog on the same day. So I was crying bucketfuls, and the trouble was I couldn't sort out who I was crying for. Both of them, my dog, my brother, yeah. You've been giving her attention, all right. I'm very bad at doing comments. I really am. I do watch people, and I do give them a thumbs up. But unless they've actually got anything specific that I want to answer, I don't put comments. Yeah, it's a tough time when anybody loses anybody close. It doesn't have to be your husband. It can be your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother. It's very bad when you lose, close ones, especially if you lose children. I think that is the most devastating thing of all. I think, yeah, I think losing a child must be dreadful. To have a child go before you. Oh, I can't even bear thinking about that. That is must be the worst thing ever. Hi, Pauline. Yeah, Denise, it must be awful. I mean, I know it's bad losing parents, losing husbands, but children, you do not expect your child to go before you, do you? You just don't. Oh, it's stopped. And I'm not putting it back on again because I'm wasting the electric. I'll have to manage. Oh, hi, Pauline. How are you doing? I've just had my chair buzzing. Oh, now we're back to the cushion. Hey, you write a paragraph for her. I write to people that say something and I think, yeah, I'm going to answer that. But most of the time, I just watch something and, I might agree with what they're saying or what everything, but I don't really feel I have anything to chip in, just to say, oh, hello or something. I mean, lots of people do that with me. Just put hi or hello. And I'm like, hmm, yeah, it's very nice of you. If somebody's going to speak to me, I'd rather they actually said something, not hello. But the worst one was when somebody didn't say a word to me but said hello to a person who'd answered one of my comments. And I'm thinking, hello? If you want to say hello to her, go and give her a private message on Facebook. Don't say hello to her on my channel. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy coming on here. We try to have a good time. I'm just feeling a bit grouchy today because my back hurts, but we won't go there. Who am I speaking of? Oh, it's a lady called Peachy, I think, or Peach or something. She gives frugal tips on how to stretch your tea bags to make them use them 3 times and stuff like that. How's my scooter? It's all right. Oh, my friend had an accident. She fell off a curb. She fell off a curb on a scooter, bashed her scooter up, and bashed herself up. I don't know how she managed to do that, but still she did. She managed to do that. I've got a Mars bar for later. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, she misjudged. There was a road and a curb, and she didn't notice the difference between them because they were like the same colour or something. I don't know how she managed to do it. I haven't actually seen her. She just told me on Facebook what she'd done. So I think she felt more embarrassed because all these people came rushing to pick her scooter up and pick her up, and oh, so she felt a bit embarrassed. I'm all right. I'm all right. You do, don't you? You could have broken your neck, and you're going, I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. Before I got my scooter, when I used to walk, I used to fall all the time because without any warning, my legs would just shunt and I would just go down. No warning, boom, down. And people used to be always running to pick me up, and I used to feel such a fool. I don't know whether they thought I'd come out the pub or what. But I'm like, fine, fine, fine. And they've jacked me back up through falling and everything like that. Yeah, I used to do that. I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm okay. Leave me, leave me. I'm doing okay, thank you. It's embarrassing falling over in public. It really is. And I used to do it all the time. I'd take the dog a walk in the cloth and my legs would and I'd be boof on the floor and the dog would be running around me. And people would come galloping up from no place. There'd be nobody round me. And I think I'll get up with it. Nobody will see me. I'll crawl my way up and get up. But somebody would emerge from out the bushes, saying, Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yes, I'm fine. Just leave me alone. And you have to be so polite, saying, thank you for your help. It's so kind. And then they wonder why you don't go out much, yeah. My daughter-in-law will say, why don't you walk? Why don't you go up on the seafront? Why don't you walk? I say, because you know, I'm liable to just fall on the floor. So she's like, well, you can always pick yourself up. And I'm thinking, you fall over and you pick yourself up. I'm not. I'm not being embarrassed. I'd never even make it as far as the seafront, to be quite honest, because it's up a slope like that to get to where we are, we can't see the sea. It's got a great big seawall, and you have to go up a path like that and cross a little bridge to get to the actual sea. So I would never actually get as far as the seawall before I would fall over. Yes, I can use crutches, and yes, they dig in my armpits. And if I have the other ones that go on my arms like that, they hurt all my elbows. And I still get backache, yeah. So, no, walking is not something I do a lot of. I walk in the house, I walk all over the house, yeah. I don't have a stick or crutches or anything in the house, but outside I'm not too sure, yeah. Oh, I don't do stairs anymore, Esther. No. I have got neuropathy in my feet, Jeannie, and when I first had my spinal operation, I had foot drop in my left foot, so it flapped when I was walking. People have it when they've had a stroke, so you walk like that, and the other one flaps. I've got myself out of that with exercise. I can walk like that, but the problem is, I can only I know I'm walking on the pavement, yeah, but I don't feel it. So if there's any little bumpy bit or any little anything, like I just don't feel it, so I fall over. Yeah. So it doesn't take much to tip me over the edge. Just a little bit of unbalance in my foot, and I've gone. Yeah. Oh, you don't fall over. Oh, you're lucky, Jean. It's very embarrassing. That's why I don't go out in public walking unless I've got something to lean on. I mean, I can go around the supermarket if I'm hanging onto the trolley thing. Yeah, I can walk around the supermarket. And my son will say, "Give me the basket." And I'm like, "No, no, give me the trolley, mum. It's getting heavy." No, give it back. It doesn't matter how heavy it is. I'm wheeling it. uh, you have to inject humour into your everyday life. If you don't inject humour into what is wrong with you, you get miserable, don't you? Nobody likes anybody who's miserable. You have to make a joke of falling over. I mean, even my friend who fell off a scooter, she's making a joke of it. Don't know where I was going. Perhaps I should have gone to Specsavers. Perhaps I need my eyes tested and stuff like that. You've got to make fun of it, because we've all watched channels where they just, well, to be quite honest, some of them are a bit hypochondriac, I think, yeah. But who am I? Hi, Isaac. So I prefer to make light of everything, yeah. Lydia, you should see what I wear in bed. It's a good job I don't have a partner. I have more things on in bed than I do when I'm walking about during the day. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You just have to laugh it off, though, Denise. You really do, because if you dwell on it, it's just. How can I put it? We were talking about this the other day because my friends like me with a bad back and everything. And we were talking about that, saying, if you get up and you're like, oh God, my back's killing me. Oh, woe is me. Oh, I feel dreadful. Oh, I feel awful. It ruins your day. It really does. I tend to get up and think, oh, my back hurts today. But I think, get on with it. Get on with it. It's no good dwelling on it, but some people do. Some people get up and they have a bad back and it's like, oh my God, my back. Oh, it's terrible all day. Oh, I feel awful all day. Don't make the pain go away. It doesn't make your pain go away. It just makes everybody else around you miserable. Yeah. So I tend to just, I've got a habit. If I get up and I'm in pain, I'll go, shh. And my son said to me one time, what do you keep going, shh? I said, well, I don't want to shout out, because sometimes it does, it grabs you and you do feel like, oh, yeah, ow, top of the voice. But I've got this habit of going, and he's like, what are you doing? But it's better than yelling. You have to stay positive, don't you, Denise? You have to, otherwise you go mental. Still, never mind. And I've got a cough again. Sound like a right misery today, don't I? Got rid of my cough. I'd had a cough for weeks. Got rid of it. Got in bed last night, started coughing. I thought, oh no, not again. Yeah. It's probably the change in the weather. There being a change in the weather, change in the day. I need some sunshine. Well, I'm working on a sleeve of some description. It's a short sleeve and I'm no pattern. So it's any guess. I should look at the other bit of it really to see whether I'm doing it enough. I'm making like a little bolero thing in black. It's not for me because it's too small for me. Let's be honest. Did I tell you I went down to the Circle? Nah, not watched it. I don't watch reality shows. I find them utterly banal, is that the word? Wannabes, people trying to be somebody when they're nobody. I don't like reality shows now. Oh, my fire's going out again. You're not huffing and puffing enough, you lot. Come on. Oh, dear. This fire is a dead loss tonight. It needs the old-fashioned gas poker that we used to have back in the day. Right, let's see what we can do with this blooming fire. I'm losing patience with it. Oh. There's my firelighter gone. Oh, wow. Oh. 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 If it doesn't like this time, I'm going to go crackers. I've used so many firelighters and I've used so many kindling, the daft thing won't light. Oh, gosh. Hi, Connie. Oh, oh, that knackered me, bending over, putting that more firelighters. It just won't light. It's just stupid wood. Oh, stupid wood. Right, that's what I'm making. That's the bolero bit, and now I'm up to the sleeves. So I need to see whether I've done my sleeves wide enough yet. And the answer is no. The sleeves have got to be wider yet. Oh, yeah. Black, I know, I'm very brave. It's black. I tell you, I went to that, making fire. I wish I could make fire. I was obviously never any good at the brownies, were I? Or the Girl Guides. Perhaps I should have joined the Scouts instead. Did I tell you I've been down to that shop in Cleveland and they loved my crochet. Well, the bits I took of anyway. They won't like all of it because they're very sort of Won't start Grenfell, I won't start a fire anywhere. I'm not so bad with the fire pit, yeah. Yeah, they liked me crochet. Well, the bits I took that were boho, they liked, yeah. I mean, they won't like all the other stuff. A lot of it's more conventional, yeah. So, but they've given me ideas of what they would like me. How do I do my hair? No. Ponytail, flick it over, clips in, clip at the back. 2 seconds, it's done. I don't do hair. I'm no good with hair. That's why I don't have short hair, because I'm rubbish. People say to me, why don't you have your hair cut? And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't blow dry. I'm absolutely. Some people can sit there, can't they? Blow drying away. I can't get my hands like back. It might look okay at the front, but then the back of me, or whatever. Uh, hey, my hair's dropping out. It's because I keep bleaching it. You need a gauge swatch. Do you know, Lydia, you're one of the only people I know who do a gauge swatch. I like to live dangerously. Hey, Susan. I'm one of them. It's like I just set off and do it. If it looks too big, I'll do it on a smaller hook. If it looks too small, I'll do it on a bigger hook. I'm not one for swatches. The only time I've ever done a swatch was when I used to have a knitting machine. I used to do a swatch then. And even then, it used to turn out wrong. My swatch would be all right, but when I finished the garment, it wouldn't be right. I don't know why. Well, the fire's blasting away here, but it won't catch, and I know it won't. As soon as the kindling stops burning, the blooming fire will go out. I mean, look at it. It's roaring away. You think it would catch, wouldn't you? But it won't. It'll go out. Oh, right. Cotton acrylic, yeah. Oh, dearie me. Oh, just excuse me going, oh, every now and again. I'm just feeling sorry for myself. Oh. You don't have to feel sorry for me. I'm just feeling sorry for myself. I wouldn't know where the damper was. Our Ian's the one who twiddles things. There's things sliders at the bottom. What's a bubble stitch? Well, whatever Sheila does, she calls it bubble stitch. My friend got a PDF of a bubble stitch cardigan, Sheila's. She gave it up because she kept dropping a stitch. Yeah. My Addy is in the shed. It's not been used for about 3 years, my Addy. I could never make anything more than a hat, that's all. I'm no good at seaming things together to make a sweater. Because you have to make panels, don't you, and sew them together, or crochet them together, or do whatever. I'm not very good at that mattress stitchy thing, whatever. No, I've got two sliders at the bottom, and I don't know what they do. Maybe I should try sliding one and see what happens, because nothing, it's going to go out anyway. I know one makes the drawer at the bottom, doesn't it? I think. Oh, you're making me bend down again. Let's see. I can't even find the blooming things. How to set the house on fire. How to set the house on fire. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, the candle's gone out. I've opened the slider at the bottom. Whether it'll make it go, I don't know. Oh, oh. If I was good at seaming up, Susan, I might try it, but my seaming's like a dog's hind leg. So I know I wouldn't wear it if I did it, yeah. Well, I've slid something across. I don't know whether I'm supposed to slide it across or not. We shall see, because I don't understand it. My son has explained it to me once, but I still don't know how you slide it. Yeah, I've got a wood burner, but I've got damp wood. The last lot of wood that came was damp. Man, it was pouring down when it was delivered, so that didn't help. Fish and chip shops. Well, there's one that they say is okay, but it's not a patch on the one I had in Prestwich. I am going to go back there when I get to Prestwich. I'm going back to my favourite chippy. They're okay chip shops here, I would say. But nobody raves about them like they rave. He's got a rave review, like he's one of the top 5 chip shops in the UK, my old chippy. He fries his chips in beef dripping and they are gorgeous. I'm sorry if you're vegetarian or whatever, but he also has a vegetable oil fryer in the back. But he put on today saying, sorry, mate, it's packed up. So nobody can have any vegetable oil chips today. So it serves them right for being veggies. Jill's not on here, is she? Because Jill's a veggie, isn't she? Oh, no, it is. I don't think you could cook on this one. It's not that hot on top. It's just like a wood burner, really, not a wood stove, yeah. Oh, it's a really good chippy. Honest to goodness, I was so sorry to leave it behind, and everybody kept saying, oh, Fleetwood's got good chippies. They're renowned for their fish and chip shops. Sorry, mate, but they're not a patch on the one I left behind. They might think that they're good if they live in Fleetwood because they've never tasted his chips. I tell you, when I go back to Prestwich, I know where I'll be for my evening meal. I'll be in the chippy. You can keep your fancy restaurants. I'll be in the chippy. Only trouble is I'll have to eat them in the chippy because I'll have nowhere to eat. That's the thing. If your chip shop ever gets taken over by the Chinese or whatever, the Chinese are great at doing what they do, but they cannot do fish. They put it in the warmer and it steams and the batter is soggy and it's awful. I don't know what they do. I mean, one of our best chippies before this one opened in Prestwich got taken over by the Chinese. All the food was great. The Chinese food was fantastic, but they can't do fish and chips. Well, they can do the chips, but they can't do fish. Yeah, uh, it's a lot. Oh, my friend's sharing a animal rescue page. She's one of those kind of people. If she had money, she'd have about a house full of rescued dogs and cats. Yeah. And my other friend would be rescuing ponies and donkeys. Yeah. I couldn't go to a rescue centre, not even to have a look, because I'd come home with something. Whether it would be a dog, a cat, a rabbit, or anything, I'd be coming home with something. Yeah. I couldn't go and just look at them and be going, oh, look at the little faces. The knitting clubs are great. I believe the other one's gone to the dogs now, the one I don't go to anymore. But the other ones are great, yeah. One guy came, was it last week or the week before, with piles and piles of, well, it was yarn that was like no labels on it, but there was loads and loads of it. Apparently his aunt had died and he cleared it all out and took it to the knit club. I didn't bring any home because I don't need wool. Well, to be honest with you, I have ordered some wool, but shh, don't tell. But it was the colours. This new shop wanted me to do certain colours, and of course I needed to buy these certain colours. So, oh yeah, I mean the people at the knit club will make use of it because they do a lot of. One of the one that got the wool is a church knit club, and they do a lot of um, knitting for like tabletops that they use for funds for the church. So they said to me, take some, take some. I said, no, no, I'll leave it for people who really need it. I don't really need any wool at all. So I didn't even look at it. I'll let them have it. You know, if somebody had been giving really expensive labelled wool, I would have given them a donation and brought some of that home. But I'm not being sort of sniffy, but this was like market wool without labels, yeah. Which if I'm making for other people, I like to know what it's made out of so I can give people washing instructions, you know. But if you don't know what it is in the first place, if it's, you know, you can guess, can't you? You can guess if it's acrylic or guess if it's this, but I do like to know so I can tell people exact washing instructions and whether you can put it in the dryer or what. Yeah, he was only a young man coming with his wife and his baby. And the baby was fascinated by the guy. One of the ladies is well, I won't say she's partially sighted. She's about 90% blind. She manages to knit though, and she has a lovely, lovely guide dog. And this little boy was fascinated with the guide dog. She's a Labradoodle. Yeah, you don't see Labradoodles as guide dogs, really, do you? But this one was. This one is. I mean, not was is a Labradoodle. She's called Jumble, as in jumble sale. Hey, is that a fire? Oh, still flipping struggling. That wood must be as wet as can be. I think it needs a blowtorch, let alone a firelighter. It is glowing, but it's struggling. That wood should have caught a light and been burnt out by now. I put 2 big pieces of wood on it about 2 hours ago. They should have been burnt to cinders by now. And instead of which, they're still a solid great lump. Oh, oh, I have never had to the fire as much as I have today. Oh, my giddy out. And every time I bend over, it hurts me back. Oh, God, the joys of getting old. Well, it's roaring away now, but it'll stop as soon as that kindling. Every time I put a piece of kindling in, and then when the kindling burns out, fire, fire. Right, I'm having a drink. I need one. My ex-husband bought me a bottle of Hotel Chocolat. It was. And it was a gin liqueur. I took one drink out of it and I thought, ugh. So I've given it my daughter-in-law. She said, "Oh, it's very expensive." I said, "It might be." I said, "But I don't like it." It was sickly. It was mango something and curacao. Everything I have is on the floor. Why is it when you keep dropping things when you've got a bad back? Right, I'm having a Coke and Southern Comfort. So combined with my painkillers, it should numb something. Probably my brain. Although it doesn't take much numbing these days. Oh, oh, no shad today. No shad yet. I must have gone fishing. Did Nathan come on? I think he did, didn't he, earlier on? Yeah. I was just going to say we've had no Nathan, but I think he's here. I bought myself a new one of those long grabby things because I broke the other one. I am stressed. I'm stressed with this fire that won't, because the wood's wet. You pay 90 quid for a load of wood and it's wet. I'm going to put some out to dry tomorrow. Yeah, I paid a lot for this one. It's better than the one I had before. The one I had broke. I went to grab something and it went bump. It just was wide open like that and it wouldn't close. So I bought a better one. It's actually got a magnet on the side of it. My favourite shawl pattern of all time is the, well, Two, the blue curacao by Doris Chan, and the virus shawl, which everybody's done, but I think it looks so pretty. I made loads of those blue curacao, and yet when I tried to do it the other week, I couldn't do it. My brain wasn't working. And yet I made loads of them in the past. Never kept one for myself, but made loads of them. Mm. I still haven't finished knitting my sweater, that chunky sweater. I've got about that much to do on one sleeve. Once I put something down, it's a real willpower to pick it back up again. I can't do in multiple projects. Can't cope. I have to do one from start to finish. It's a lot easier than it looks, Gina. And there's quite a few YouTubes if you get stuck. I think that Fibre Spiders made one. And I know that what's she called? Bag a Day did one, but she didn't do it like normal. She alternated. She put another stitch in between the virus. It was a granny virus or something she did. She altered it. It wasn't just a virus shawl. Yeah, it must be the way my mind works. I mean, some patterns, they just baffle me. And other ones, I just take to them like a duck to water. Which just happens to be the way your brain works that day. Now, corner to corner, I hate doing that. And everybody's going, oh, corner to corner, it's so easy. It is in a way, but I just hate doing it. It's not for me. I made one. That was my lot. Didn't want to do any more. Good evening, Bobby. Yeah, happy Easter, and I've already eaten my Easter. I can't go back to things, Susan. I'm really bad. Once something goes in a project bag, it might as well go in the bin. I never go back to it. I know other people can do it. They get bored just doing one thing, but I do get bored doing one thing, but I like it finished. I like the achievement of finishing something. Whereas if you've got lots of projects on the go, you don't get that satisfaction of actually finishing something. You're finishing your bunny amigurumi. Woohoo! I never found out how you taper the sleeves on the campfire. Maybe it's just me being thick, but as we say, people's brains work in different ways. Wouldn't do for us all to be alike, would it? It's like me knitting socks. Everybody does that fish lips kiss heel. I looked at it, it was like Japanese to me. I'm like, what? What? And because it's a paid for pattern, nobody's actually done a YouTube on it. So I'm like, no. That fire sounds as though it's gone out again. Oh no, it's glowing now. It's actually glowing. Whoa. Maybe there's a chance it'll actually stay alight now. I don't want to pull half charred pieces of wood out tomorrow morning and my son going, oh, what you were doing last night? What were you doing? Hi, Jeanette. Did Nathan come in or am I mistaken? I thought he came in earlier. No, I couldn't. Because it was written out and there wasn't any pictures, yeah? I don't know. I just didn't understand it. I was like, what? What? And like, there won't be a tutorial because it's a paid for pattern. So she wouldn't give permission, would she? Yeah, I thought Nathan was on earlier. I thought I wasn't dreaming. Although today, anything can happen today. Oh, that ice cream was. I did finish it in the end. I ate the rest of it the following day, but I wouldn't recommend it. It was too chocolatey and too sickly. I would not recommend it. And when I opened the cheesecake, it was lovely, but it was so disappointing. It was round, like about the size of the bottom of that glass, and it had a cellophane around it. That's not how I think of cheesecake. I thought cheesecake would have come like in a wedge, you know. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't order from them again. I wouldn't recommend them. They sent me a thing saying, "Would you recommend?" And I went, "No." Yeah, the cheesecake. It was about the size of. It was about the size of that Coke bottle, about halfway up. That was it, with all these bits and pieces stuck in it, and it cost a bob. I could have bought a whole cheesecake from Iceland for a lot less than that. It was very disappointing, Isaac. Yeah, I wouldn't have recommended them to anybody. And the banana milkshake didn't taste a banana. It just tasted weak and like they forgot to put the banana in it. So I wouldn't use them again. When they said, what was the problem? I went, a 2.5 hour wait was the problem. They're only up the road. It's not as if they had to come from to the side of wherever. We've been busy. I said, blooming heck, how much busier? Oh, my diabetes nurse, she had a rumble at me, but then she admitted that my sugar levels were better and that my weight had come down and that this was better and that was better. But I need to, you know, curb what I'm doing and all that because otherwise I'll have to go on insulin. The problem is that the stuff that I use is in short supply. Not my fault, but because it's in short supply and I may not get me injections, then I might have to go on insulin because they can't get the injections. And I'm thinking, that's beautiful. NHS for you. It's a worldwide shortage of these injections. It's because supermodels and that are using them to keep their weight down. So I'm not happy. I'm not gonna. I've told her I'm not. She said, the trouble is if you go on insulin, you'll put weight on. I went, no, because I'm trying to lose it, not put it on. So do not. I'm not. I said, do I have a choice? She went, well, you can always refuse to go on it. I went, well, I'm refusing to go on it then. They're not shoving me on insulin when I don't want to be on it. Because once you're on that, you never get off it. So I'm carrying on, carrying on. The daft thing is, whenever they prick my thumb, my sugars are absolutely normal. So I don't understand why my HB1C, which is monitoring your sugar over 3 months, is always up the wall. And yet whenever they prick my finger, whenever, doesn't matter what time of day, whatever it, whenever they prick my finger, my blood sugars are absolutely fine. So I'm going to say to him, I want a monitor. I'm not going on insulin, I want a monitor. And I will write my figures down and I will prove to you. She says, oh, your kidney function's 46%. I said, yeah, I know. She goes, that's because of your diabetes. I went, nope. I said, my kidney function has been 46% since I was a teenager. Oh, she says, oh, yeah. Oh, you can't get anybody to call you back anyway. Tell you, doctors are like gold dust. I've got an appointment with one end of March to talk about my pain, my back pain, and what's going to happen next with my arthritis because my back is creeping up my back. So I've actually got an appointment at the end of April, April 28th or something daft. So we shall see what we shall see when we get there. He'll probably just give me a load of painkillers and send me on my merry way. You know, you get to a certain age, it's like, oh, go away, go away, go away. You're too old. What you're still doing living? Just go in a corner somewhere and die. You're lucky you've got a doctor to retire. I think we have a series of hopeless ones that nobody else wants. You never see the same one twice in our practice. Well, I don't know about this practice because I've only ever seen one doctor, but I've been here 2 years and I've seen one doctor. How these people can ring up and get an appointment and see a doctor the same day I do not know. You don't in this country. You have to stand there dripping with the leg hanging off before they'll see you. Yeah, it sounds about right, Lizzie. I don't know where all our doctors are in the UK, but they're certainly not in the surgery. I think they must be sunning themselves in the Bahamas. Or they've all gone into private practice with all the dentists, yeah. Oh, I know the receptionist. And what's it all about? It's got nothing to do with you, dear. I want to speak to the doctor. Yes, but what kind of problem is it? Stop being nosy. You know, you feel like saying it's nothing to do with you, it's personal. Because everything about you, it's personal. Yeah. You don't want to bellow all to what it is. It could be something embarrassing, couldn't it, that you're going with? You don't want everybody to know what embarrassing complaint you've got, especially not the receptionist. Oh, God, yeah, the online portal. Doctor will call you back. What good is that? How can they diagnose things over the phone? Manny, I had a doctor once that diagnosed I had tonsillitis from the other side of the room. Never even came near me. Never even looked down my throat. Well, hello, Kaz. Hello. Where have you been while now? Do you know what time it is, Kaz? No, as I say, I've seen one doctor in 2 years while I've been here. I was supposed to have a welcome to the practice, and I was supposed to have a well woman's because I'm of my age, yeah? Oh, you had company. I will let you off then. Let you off. I said, what happened to me well woman's checkup that I was supposed to have when I joined? She said, oh, it's because of COVID. I thought, COVID's been over for ages, more or less. Nobody's bothered about it anymore. It's not like the Black Plague or anything anymore. Oh, God. I say I'm glad we don't have to pay for it, but we do. We pay for it all the time we're working. We've paid for our national health system. We've paid into it and paid into it and paid into it. Dignity reminds me of that dignitas, you know, where you go and say you want to be euthanized. Isn't that dignitas or something? Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. They can send billions everywhere and spend billions, can't they? But they can't sort the national health out. Yet they have money to burn in other things, don't they? I was freezing. I couldn't get the fire to work. My wood's wet. I was having a whinge, having a moan. My back hurts because I was sitting on a chair that didn't agree with me. It was gorgeous today, though. I'm not grumbling. It was absolutely gorgeous today. But I was sat on a chair that I didn't realise was hurting me back until I got off it, yeah. So it's my own fault. And I'll probably go and sit on it again tomorrow because I'm a fool, yeah. Huh, that's ridiculous. I'm glad we don't have to pay for blood tests because they're like vampire here. Every time I go, they take armfuls. We're just going to see your blood test. We'll just see if you're anemic. We'll just see if you're this. It's good job I don't have to pay $108. Otherwise, they'd have to they'd have to sell me blood. Oh dear. I mean, the NHS is good over here when it works, which it used to do. It used to work magnificently. You had to wait. Yes, you had to wait for operations. You did. But you could always see a doctor eventually. Maybe you might not get one that day, but you didn't have to, and you could book one. You know, say you needed just a routine appointment, you could actually book one, you know, a week in advance. But now you can't book them; they won't let you. That's why I'm surprised I've got one. Oh, disability, yeah. Just go away and die. My disability money all goes on that flipping scooter. But I've been glad of it because I've not been wet. I have not been wet since I got it. Yeah, which is a bonus. Got to look on the bright side. There's always a bright side, isn't there? I got sick of getting wet through every time or not going places because it was raining. You know, having to stay home. No, it don't make sense, that, Lydia. You're right there. I would query that. Obviously, being a phlebotomist is more money than an ultrasound. Am I having a special Easter dinner tonight? I don't think so. I think we're just having chicken or turkey or something. Next week we've got well, their grandson, my great grandson, coming for a few days. I think he's about 4 or 5 years old now. He's at school now, so he must be 5, I think. He's not bad though. He's one that does do as he's told. It's the girls that are little bees. Yes, I had fish. Hello, everyone. Hello, Chris. Mrs. Peach gives tips on how to be frugal, which means using a tea bag 3 times. I had fish and mushy peas. I didn't have the chips. I don't eat an awful lot. I eat wrong, but I don't eat a lot. You go into the tie-dye shirts in yarn. Huh? Be careful, Chris. Should be having you. Rick, I mean, sorry, should be having you lined up for number 2. Oh, I love mushy peas. Oh, best kind of peas ever. Yeah, Rick. Did you swipe right or swipe left? It's been years since I went on a dating site. I think I'd be about 50 when I last went on one. What a shower. How people find the love of their life or one of them things, I have no idea. You appreciate if you comment. No, I won't be watching her. I did years ago when I was about 50, Kaz, but not now. Talk about a load of frogs. Oh, God. And I did meet a couple of them, and all I can say is those photographs were not them. No, they put up photographs that were them when they were about 20. And they turn up and they're fat and bald. They look nothing like the photograph. The photograph must be one either the son or a photograph of them when they were about 20. I rarely comment on anybody. I'm dreadful. I watch them and I give them a thumbs up. But unless they say something that I feel I've got an answer for, I won't just put on, thank you for the video or something. I won't just do that. If I've got something to say about what they've said, like, oh, I this, that, and the other, or that. But I won't just say, oh, thank you for the video or whatever. I won't just say that. I know I'm mean, but I get loads and loads of comments and I read every one and I just put a heart next to them or something. I do read them when you leave me comments. I read every one of them, but I don't always answer them. I'm terrible. I think I'll do that tomorrow. And then I never do, of course. I've never even heard of that circle. If it were a reality show, I wouldn't look for it anyway. I don't watch any other kind of channels except ones about crochet. I don't like reality TV. I hate it. I really think they're so superficial. They're so, and I won't subscribe to it. Yeah, all these silly wannabes with their pouty lips and great fur eyelashes. They all look alike. No talent, no nothing. All they want to do is make a fortune for being a wannabe. If they had any talent, I wouldn't mind. But they don't. I hate to say this, but I don't like donuts. It's probably as well with being diabetic, isn't it? But I just don't like donuts. I find them a bit sickly, and especially when they've got sugar all over them. I watch more crime or true story stuff, or I'll watch some drama. But I don't watch quiz games. I hate them. I don't watch reality shows. Hate them. I don't watch things like Ant and Dec or I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. You're a who? You know what? Who are you? Never heard of you. And you're supposed to be a celebrity in the jungle. Well, leave them there. Ant and Dec are pains in the asses. They used to be all right when they were younger, but not now. I didn't watch it when Lady C was in. Never. I don't watch it. Don't like it. Don't like anything like that. Who wants to watch people eat bugs and creepy things and nah. My goodness, Chris, I can't sell nothing for nothing. I would rather watch reruns. I'd rather watch the two Ronnies than watch that. They don't make things like they used to. I don't find things funny anymore. These modern comedy shows, I don't find them funny. Maybe it's my sense of humour, but I just don't find them funny. Yeah, yeah, the live birds. They used to make good programmes. What's wrong with all these new? Oh, I watch MASH still. Yeah, I still watch MASH. It's 20 odd years in it since it went off MASH, but I still rather watch that. I'm not a prude, but I do not like all these the swearing and the stuff. Why they all have to be nude and jumping into bed with each other. They can do a story without that. And violence. I don't like that either. I don't know. I don't go to the cinema anymore because of that. Loud, noisy violence, people taking their clothes off all the time. Yeah, last of the summer wine. I like anything like that. Anything like that. Singing competitions. Who the heck cares who's underneath that thing, whatever it is? Dressed up like a radish. Who cares? Who watches them? Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Shania Twain. No, you're not, because you don't look anything like her and you're singing his rubbish. Go away. Talent shows. You should call them no talent show, shouldn't you? Yeah, I've been watching Murder, She Wrote for about the umpteenth time, yeah. I'd rather watch that. If they asked me, somebody stopped me in the street one time. Can I tell you what do you watch, Coronation Street? No. Emmerdale? No. X Factor's a lot of tripe now. Yeah, she said, do you watch EastEnders, Coronation Street, Hollyoaks, or whatever it used to be at the time? I'm like, nope, nope, nope. She says, do you watch any soaps? Like, nope. And then she started on like the X Factor and that. Do you watch that? No. Do you watch this? No. Oh dear. Yeah. They don't ask me about anything that I do watch. I felt like saying, ask me what I do watch and I'll tell you. Don't keep asking me about stuff that I don't watch. Coronation Street used to be good. Now it's all gone to pot. They're trying to include too many things in it. They're trying to include gender diversities. They're trying to include all sorts of stuff, and it's not working. And then when one does it, the other one does it. It's all full of rapes and murders. And I mean, if you lived on that Coronation Street, you wouldn't have any of that in your street. Why do they think they've got to be dramatic for you to watch them? Yeah, they're trying to be inclusive, to include people. And I'm like, oh, give over. They wouldn't be on your street anyway. Chances are you might get one on your street now and again. But you wouldn't have a street full of people wanting to be, boys wanting to be girls and girls wanting to be boys. You wouldn't have a street full. In a normal street, you might get an odd one now and again. So it's nothing like real life, yeah. She came about 15 minutes ago, Denise. Right, I think that's enough for a sleeve. Yep, that's enough to go in a sleeve. That'll be all right. Nothing like that ever happened on my street. The only thing that ever happened on my street was when a runaway car crashed into all the cars on the street as it was on its way down. His handbrake failed. That was the most exciting thing that happened in our street. Because the street bent round the corner like that. So this car hit every car. Handbrake failed, it hit every car on the way down. That was the most excitement we had in ours. Oh, we did have a burglary once, yeah. Years ago, the old couple who lived. Oh, good night, Isaac. The old couple who lived across the street from us, he was a jeweller or a retired jeweller. So whether they thought he had loads of jewels or something, I mean, he was retired. So they broke in there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had my car stolen. Yeah, that was a bit not exciting, but you know what I mean. It happens, doesn't it? I haven't got a DVD player at the moment, whatever you call them, CD player thing. I haven't got one of them at the moment, so I've got Downton Abbey and things like that I've not watched. I can't watch them at the minute because I haven't got. And I used to have a DVD player on me, my old PC, but now I've got this new PC. I've got no DVD player. I think my son said he'd got one upstairs that he could rig up for me, but so at the moment I can't watch any of them. I'm still keeping them because maybe one day I can actually watch them. Oh, my fire sounds as though it's not doing much. It's half dead. I've also got a couple of DVDs like on, Tunisian crochet that I'd like to. Yeah, it's got no disc drive, nothing. And I haven't got a separate one for my telly or anything. So I'm stuck at the moment. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27, 28, can't remember how many. Well, I think it was 60. Dress up as a fight? Oh, I don't do Halloween. It's an American thing. Don't do Halloween. Thank goodness nobody did here. Nobody on the street did Halloween, thankfully. I was so glad about that. No kids came, no kids knocked on. I'm doing a sort of a bolero thing with short sleeves. I've done the back and the front. I'm doing short sleeves now. Oh, I just had a Mars bar today, Kaz. I didn't have crisps. I don't know if you can see it or not. You can't see it. It goes round like a bolero kind of style. I'm just doing short sleeves now. There's no pattern. It's up there. You've got a chat. Yeah. I type Dr. Google or I ask Alexa. I'm not buying any more stuff. Oh, excuse me. Chris is a female, I think. It's the YTFP Chris that's a male, yeah. Well, seeing as I don't want to write a novel or a program or anything, I shall leave you to it. I have no desire to write a novel. I did start one once. It was more autobiographical. And I did about 2 chapters. And my computer at the time went completely and took everything with it. Because I hadn't backed it up, had I? So it put me off. So I'd written 2 chapters. And it was going quite well, actually. And then that was it. I just didn't want to write it anymore. There's an advert on television in the UK where they'll write a story for you, like, God knows how much it costs, yeah? But you tell them all these bits and pieces and they turn it into a book for you. I suppose it's kind of like a biography. The mystery of the snug, yeah. The mystery of the empty. Well, it's not empty, actually. It's got sofas in it. Yeah, the mystery of the fire that won't burn. I could say the mystery of why I'm still single when I'm so attractive. Woohoo. Yeah, that would be a novel. That wouldn't be a biography or a factual. There's no room to put any cupboards or anything in the snug, so I can't actually claim it. It's like a walkthrough because of the sofa. I think June must be travelling all the dogs and cat sites here. She's put another one up. I actually read a series of books, I can't remember what they were called because I got rid of them, about a wool shop in America. They were all mysteries and things set like with a wool shop as a base. Yeah. I normally don't get to bed while wool. I'm a night owl. I'm not good at getting up in the morning. I don't do mornings very well. I sort of lovely, warm and comfy, and my back doesn't hurt because I found that perfect spot in bed. And I'm lay there thinking, I'm going to stay here because I'm lovely and comfy. And then my bladder says, oh, no, you don't. Yeah. My bladder says, you have to get up. So then I have to get up. And then if I get back in bed, I can't find that comfy spot. Why can you never go back and find that comfy spot if you have to get up for the bathroom? Oh, I'm lucky, really. It's quite quiet here. Next door, that way, we've got four gentlemen that live in assisted living. They've got issues, but they're very quiet. We never hear them. Sometimes one of them sings, but if something's on the radio he likes, but we don't hear them or see them. They're quite quiet. And next door, that way, they've got three kids, but they're grown up and they're teenage, and they're no trouble really. We hear them occasionally having a row. The kids have a row with each other, but by and large, teenage kids fall out, don't they? My mother would never let me sleep in. She was like, the devil makes work for idle hands. And she used to listen to a thing on the radio called The Archers. Anybody in England knows what I'm talking about. And the theme tune was like, rumpty dumpty dumpty dum, rumpty dumpty da da. And it used to come on at the omnibus edition on Sunday morning. If it wasn't that, it was Songs of Praise that she used to have on full blast on the radio. So she would turn it up so loud, and you'd be there pulling the pillows over your head, trying to stay asleep on a Sunday morning. And then she'd come and she'd say, get out of bed, I want to wash your sheets. And she would not let you sleep at all. You couldn't have a lie in if you tried. I'm not buying anything off anybody. That shop I went down to, that was taking my crochet, they had some absolutely fantastic, all my kind of dresses and stuff. And she's going, oh, well, when you sell things, she said, I can put you something away and you could take it off that, and then you could have what you're looking at and all that. I went, no, I need the money. I want to go away. Because even when I go to Presswich, I have to pay for my, Holiday Inn or something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, yeah. I've not bothered with Timu, whatever that is. Hey, I'm not buying things. I've had to buy some wool. I can say that here because nobody's listening upstairs. But it's only because of the colours that they want me to make for that shop, and I don't have them. So I had to order. They wanted white sparkly, so I didn't have any white sparkly. And some colours in that, you know what I really like, that Signet Boho Spirit, yeah. What the heck is Chuck E. Cheese? We don't have a Hobby Lobby. When I see people driving up to like Michael's and Hobby Lobby and that, and I'm thinking, you have stores that big. What do they serve? What do they sell to Chuck E. Cheese? Is it like McDonald's or what? I've no idea what a Chuck E. Cheese is. Thankfully, we don't have it. It's a wonder because we have everything. Oh, pizza and games. No, we've got nothing like that. A big mouse mascot. Oh no, we've got no. Thank God we've got nothing like that. It's bad enough. I am glad that I will never have to go there. I will never have to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Because even if it does manage to make its way over to the UK, thankfully, I don't have little kids. No, my great grandson's coming, as I say, but I won't have much to do with him. Your ongoing midlife crisis. It's not your kids, are they? Not your kids, Rick. Oh, I bet that was fun, Susan. Oh, your parents that go to Chuck E. Cheese. I think I should change your parents if they want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, love. Is it not too late to get adopted? All right, they don't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I'm just going to say, can you get yourself adopted? Are you too old to be adopted? No, Chad's not been on tonight. Maybe he's gone fishing. No, my great grandson, I think he's about 5, I think. He's not much trouble. He's not like the girls. The girls don't do as they're told at all. The two youngest, well, their grandchildren, my great grandchildren, they are so what's it? They don't do anything that they're told. They're very willful and they talk the hind leg off a donkey. One of them's got verbal diarrhea. She's chicka 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 chicka. You're not going out for pizza. I did my laundry. It didn't dry. The sun was cracking the flags and it didn't dry. I'm sure it's because we're so near the sea. Anyway, I brought it in, put it on the clothes rack, and put it in the conservatory, and it dried. No problem. So obviously it's the salt. It's wet in the air, whatever. My daughter-in-law insists that her washing dries, but mine didn't. And I put it on the extra spin as well. But our washer here is not a patch on my old washer. My old washer, it used to come out bone dry. But of course I left it behind because, oh, I've got a washer. And she bought a new washer when we moved here. And it's rubbish. It doesn't... oh, happy Easter as well. It doesn't get things dry. They come out sopping wet, even when you put them on an extra spin. My washer had a really high spin, and they came out bone dry. You barely needed to hang them out, yeah. If ever we have to get a new washer, I'm going to insist she gets one with a fast spin. Oh, bye. Oh, I'd be lost without a washing machine. My and Nathan bought those old-fashioned little freestanding spinners. That spins all the wet out. If I had room, I'd have one of them. To really spin the clothes after they come out of the washer. Yeah, but the twin tubs, at least, are spin dry. When they come out that spinner, they used to be dry. I used to love my twin tub. It's amazing what you can do in that 3-minute wash if you time it right. I used to put the 3-minute washer on, or whatever minute washer it was, to be washing. I used to run upstairs. I was young in them days. Run upstairs, change the bed, come downstairs, put it all in the spinner, then rinse it with a hose pipe. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Tell you. You might have been stood there, but it didn't take all day. These automatic washers, they gobbling up the electric and they take all day to do one load of washing. Three-quarters of an hour to wash something like hello. It could be out on the line drying and you had to wait three-quarters of an hour for it to wash. Bye, Chris. It were all right using the same water if your clothes weren't dirty. They just wanted, refreshing or whatever. I only ever used the 30 program on this washer. I don't want it churning away for hours. I don't get my clothes dirty. They want refreshing. Yes, they do, because you've had them on, but they're not dirty like you've been digging the garden in them or something. This wool has got loads of flipping knots in it. It's annoying me. Little knots like that all through this ball. No, when I had my twin tub, I had the baby then. So you put his little clothes in first, and then top it up with hot water and put the nappies in. It used to take about 10 minutes for the lot. I mean, if I'd have had an automatic, it would have took forever. I used to do it all before I went to work. Yeah, my terrier nappies, I washed them that many times that they were threadbare, but they were still lovely and white. I hate seeing nappies on a line when they were gungy grey. Ooh. You know, when they wash the nappies with everything else, and I'm like, oh, how can you wash it with other clothes? Ugh, eek. Grey nappies, disgusting. Oh, I did, yeah. My washing was always sparkly white. Even the neighbours used to comment, how come your nappies are always so lovely and white? Because I don't stuff them in with other things. They used to be washed on their own. I've got white towels now, and they are still white, and they must be oof, 6 years old now, and they are still white because I will not wash my towels with any other colours. They have to be washed with white. Same with Arian's school shirts. I would not wash his school shirts. My friend used to put all the uniform in together, then wonder why his shirts look like grey gunge. I said, what do you put them in with his trousers for? I said, you put white shirts in with white things. You don't put them in with his trousers or a pair of jeans. Oh, I'm not putting the washer around twice. I said, well, that's why his shirts are grey. You're sending him to school in grey shirts. Ew. I had pride. My child used to come home looking like he'd worn the rest of the playground, but that was coming home. But when he used to go, he was Snow White, yeah. I got called into school one day, and I thought, what's he done? Why have I got to go into school? So the head teacher said, I'm not going to say anything at the moment. I'm just going to get Ian from class for you. And it was about 9:30 in the morning. And they got him from class, brought him in. Oh my God, should have seen the state of him. He was head to foot mud. Shoes were clagged up with mud. His trousers were terrible. And I'm like, what on earth? So the head teacher said, by that, I presume you didn't send him to school looking like that. I went, no, I did not. I said, he went to school pristine. I don't know what he'd been doing on his way to school. Oh, God, I hate it when people put everything in together. My ex-husband and I used to say, don't do the washing. Don't put everything. I said, you can put your stuff in, but don't put any of mine in. Yeah, he used to put me woolies on the hot wash and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always separate my laundry. I wait until like the weekend or something till I've got enough to do maybe 2 or 3 lots, but they're all different colours, like in little piles. Yeah, Oh, they've got selective hearing, Denise. They don't. They only listen to what they want to hear. Yeah, my ex-husband threw a mohair sweater of mine once in the washer. Oh, I could have killed him. It was all shriveled up when it came out. I said to him, don't wash my stuff. Well, anyway, you don't put mohair in with ordinary clothes because the mohair molts anyway. It was a hand wash one. He said, well, what did you put it in the laundry basket for? I said, because it wanted washing. Just because it went in the laundry basket doesn't mean it's machine wash. Oh, God, well, Nene. I lived with one of them, Denise. He'd do anything to wind me up. I got my own back one day. I dyed all his underwear pink. Put a red sock in with his undies. How am I supposed to wear them all pink? I said, well, there's only me supposed to be looking at them. Anybody else is looking at them? I said, it's just too bad, isn't it? I'm not wearing pink undies. I said, well, nobody else is supposed to see them. Bye, Lashira. Happy Easter to you, love. Oh, is that a fire gone out again? Oh no, it's still glowing. It might have actually taken this time. After all, it's gone through a pack of firelighters near enough today. But I think it's actually lit at the moment. I wonder if it's going to be sunny tomorrow. It said it was. Well, my daughter-in-law said it was. And she looked it up. It was supposed to be nice. Let's see what it says. If I can find it on here. I can never find it. Right. Weather in Fleetwood tomorrow. Tomorrow. Go. Sunday, mostly cloudy. Oh, that's not very good, is it? High 59, low 48. Oh, according to this, it says light rain tonight. Oh no, that's the 7th of April. You're way behind with that, aren't you? 7-day forecast. 7-day forecast. Let's have a look at what that says. Okay, I accept you. Right. Today, what time is it? Is it past midnight? No, today, tomorrow. Let's do tomorrow. Oh, 45% chance of rain. That's not very nice, is it? Monday's a 95% of rain. Oh, sorry, I looked now. Sorry, I looked. Otherwise, it's not going to be nice tomorrow, like my daughter-in-law said. Yeah, I feel warm now. I do feel warm. Although my back still hurts. My back is still hurting, but I'm not going to whinge. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't remember the rest of it. Something about a gate, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the rest of it? Anybody know? Are you back, Kaz? Where have you been? Oh, you're back as well. You've been cooking. Hey, I don't like this. You've been missing. Kaz has been missing. Let's all start a rumor. Come on, let's all start a rumor. We need a rumor. Not a rumor for a bit, have we? Hee. Do. You went to get your chocolate. I've eaten mine. I've eaten my chocolate. And I didn't bring any crisps. Because I was full for my tea. You've got back issues too. They're rotten, aren't they? I think back pain is one of the worst pains ever. Although hip pain is quite bad as well. I've got that and all. Have I got any sweeties in here? Sometimes there's a lurking. Oh, there's a lurking sweetie here. It's a mint. A lurky sweeter. 2 lurking sweeties, both mints. Anything else in here? Sometimes they fall out of the bag. And I've got a bag of sweeties in here. Have I any other kind of sweeties in here? Oh, I've got polo mints. More polo mints. I must like polo mints. No more lurky sweeties. No more. Just polo mints. Oh, I hate taking pain meds, and yet I've had to. Oh, I like Turkish Delight. Pass it over, Kaz. I don't like the fuzzy feeling that you get when you're on pain meds, and yet you need them some days. I refuse to take them as often as I should. I'm supposed to take them every day and all day, and I won't. I hate that junked up feeling. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Well, I've had mine fixed, Susan, supposedly, allegedly, and they can't do any more. So now they can't do any more to it. So I got told there's nothing more we can do. Oh, I love cabbage cream eggs. Somebody put on the internet things you didn't know about cabbage cream eggs, and this woman said, I'm never eating one again. And I thought, what's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? And it said they're 175 calories or something. And I thought, oh, yeah, well, obviously. You're never going to buy one again. I thought, come on. We can all eat 175 calories now and again. Oh, I wouldn't want cherry flavoured ones, no. No, my surgeon said to me, if it was your mum, then I would recommend that you didn't do anything else. Apparently, they'd have to, I've got a rod about that long, or maybe a bit longer in my back, with 6 screws in it. They'd have to take that out and put me one about 12 inches long. But they couldn't use the same screw holes because that would fracture my spine. They'd have to sort of try to fill those in with bits of bone or something and put more. Oh, I thought, no. Oh, it's not as bad over here, I think, as well, I don't know whether they're true or not. We get these pictures of people in Walmart, and We don't have anybody looking like that in our Walmart. You know, you have some right sites apparently, but I don't know whether they just find these photographs and make us believe that that's true. No, my vertebrae just shunt. The L4, L5 is what I had operated on. They were cutting in, they were severing my spinal cord. Oh, we've got quite a few out of control kids, but I'm talking about those pictures that you see from Walmart, you know, with the adults and what they're wearing, weird stuff and that. I don't know whether they're true or whether they just find these photographs. But I would like to say we don't have people wandering around our Asda looking like that. You get out of control kids everywhere you go. That's the trouble. Because their mothers don't tell them no. Yeah, the trouble is if you send them to the headmistress office, you're not allowed to do anything. When we were at school, we got, you know. Yeah, mine are fused because I've got osteoporosis and spinal stenosis, which means that you are just crumbling to bits, really. Oh, it's a wonder his mum just said, "Oh, not my little boy." My niece is a head teacher. She had to expel a little boy who was only 6, but he was he bit the teachers, he kicked them, he did everything. And his mother actually went to the newspapers saying my little boy wouldn't do a thing like that. And you could tell by this kid's face on the newspaper, you thought, right, he's a right little brat. He's going behind his mother, you know. And she's going, my little boy wouldn't do that. I don't understand why my little boy has to be barred or expelled. And I'm like, but my niece had said they tried talking to the parents and they had no joy whatsoever. It was all, oh no, not my little boy. He doesn't do things like that. He was kicking the teachers and biting them, spitting at them, kicking on, you know, picking on other kids. Parents were in complaining about this kid, saying, can't you do something about him? You're a little brat. Oh, yeah, it was, he doesn't understand because he's got ADHD. Now, some kids do, but some kids, no, they don't. They just get labelled. I've got one kid I know, he's never been diagnosed as ADHD. His parents says he does. It's only because they don't talk to him, they don't do anything with him, they just park him in front of the TV all day long. And he's a little so-and-so. But they don't even try. Well, my fire's actually roaring now. Yeah, that's the trouble, they're not allowed to touch him anymore. I mean, as for, you know, we got the cane or whatever. I never did because I was a goody two shoes, but, you know, you got threatened with it, didn't you? Oh, I've had a good hiding at home a couple of times. Not often, because I said I was a goody two shoes. I didn't do much wrong, really. But a couple of occasions, yeah, I've had a good hiding at home. So my son's had a good hiding. He went through a stage where he was absolutely so willful. And I couldn't do anything with him. He was only young. And I was like, do that, will you? And he's going, no, make me. I thought, oh, you're cruising for a bruising, sunshine. So we had words. We had smack bottom. And it did work. And at the end, I used to say to him, any more of that, and I will smack you, and you know I will. And he used to say, sorry, Mum, don't smack me. And he used to say, well, don't do it again. Because once they know that you will go through with a threat, you don't have to do it anymore. I don't think I smacked him after he got to a certain age. I used to just threaten him. And he knew that I meant it. Well, sending him to his bedroom in my day was a punishment because he didn't have any of this. He didn't have a TV in there. He didn't have any of these games and stuff in there. So sending him to his room was a punishment because he got nothing to do except just go in bed and read. But now they send him to the room and they got the telly on, haven't they? They got the little games. They're enjoying themselves going to the room. I know I told Ariel the other day, I said, I brought you into this world. I said, I will the one who takes you out. I said, if you don't behave. Yeah. He said, you might have done when you were younger, but not now. I said, just trust me. Trust me, sunshine, if I get my temper up. And I still would give him a crack as big as he is. Yeah, you worry about that, don't you, when you say I love you? Is he drunk? He either wants something or he's had one too many drinks. Mm. Yeah, my dad never really. I only remember my dad smacking me a couple of times, but I was in a right temper one day, screaming and shouting and carrying on, and I remember getting a crack off him. But by and large, my dad, he never really hit me, never really smacked me. But I was being a bitch that day, I can remember. Oh, no, I deserved mine. I was screaming and carrying on. Something he wanted me to do, and I didn't want to do it. And I got into a right temper. And I used to scream and carry on when I was in a temper. I was a little madam when I was little. I must have been awful to bring up when I was little. Oh, mine weren't immigrants. They were just stuck with a little brat that was me. I was a little brat. I was what they call willful. If I didn't want to do something, I wouldn't do it. And I suppose it must be very hard for my parents, because I just wouldn't do something. Yeah, my parents had nothing at first. They had money later when we had the shops. And they started, getting on a little bit in life. But when I was brought up to being about 12 or 13, we didn't have any money at all. But it doesn't do you any harm, does it? Having to struggle a bit, never having things, never having. I didn't realise we were poor, though. I really didn't. I think that's because all my friends were in the same situation. It wasn't like some kids were lording it up over the rest of us. I didn't know any rich kids. It's when you grow up and you look back, you think, oh my God, we were poor. But as I say, never did me any harm. We always had food on the table and stuff. Might not have been the best of food, but the biggest thing that sticks in my mind was my dad was filling the bath. We had a tub bath in front of the fire. My dad was filling the bath for me, and I didn't want to get in it. And I remember screaming and shouting, and he was trying to take my clothes off to put me in the bath, and I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it. I was putting them back on again as fast as he was taking them off. Anyway, he said, right, okay then. And then he was walking through with a bucket of cold water. And I was going, and he threw the bucket of water all over me. And I'm going, I want to take my clothes. He said, no, you wanted to keep your clothes on. He said, you keep them on. And he made me stand there wet through clothes because my mother was going mad because he'd thrown water all over the floor. And I was screaming and shouting, I want the clothes off. They're wet. I'm wet. I want them off. And my dad made me stand there for about 10 minutes. I tell you what, I didn't do it again. Didn't do it again. Oh, yeah, I mean, I was never abused. It was, I never got hit for no reason. If I got a smack, it was probably because I deserved it. And I never beat my son up. I mean, when you give him a smack, back of the legs, whoa. I never beat him up or anything. But kids today are not disciplined at all. It's all, sweetie pie, don't do that again. You're making mummy angry when you do that. The kid goes, spits in their face. Yeah, it's not nice, is it, to spit at mummy? It's not nice to kick mummy like that. Ooh. Tell you what, a man have spit in my face and kicked me, he wouldn't have done it again. My friend fostered 2 little boys, and she finished up adopting them. When they came, they had bits missing off their hair where she'd pulled the hair out by the roots, the mother, and they were covered in cigarette burns, and the shoulders had been broken and never taken to be set. One of them had a broken arm that had never been taken to be set. And the first Christmas, they came downstairs and they couldn't understand the presents at all. And they got so excited that they got sweets and bits and pieces that they wet themselves because they didn't know what it was all about. I mean, she finished up adopting them. She had trouble with them, but their mother was a drug addict, and she used to just burn them with cigarettes and break their arms and stuff. And she didn't feed them. They were both underweight and stuff. I mean, obviously she got them took away from her. Anyway, they adopted them in the end because the judge said the mother could never have them back again. Yeah, there are some people who just abuse one child, aren't there? There's just one child they don't like. But can you imagine a child who didn't know anything about Christmas? They'd never had presents in their life. And they had no idea what it was all about. Yeah, they both stood there and weed in excitement. Just weed all over themselves. It's a wonder they didn't take you away from them, or did they not know? Did you get away from them as soon as you could? As soon as you got to be an adult, did you get out of the way? I would have done. Yeah, it follows a pattern. That's why I could never understand my marriage, because my parents had such a great marriage. I didn't get physical abuse. I got mental abuse. And I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand the way he talked to me and the way he spoke to me because I'd never been used to it. And I was so ashamed I never told people until much, much later on. I don't know why he was like he was. I never did anything to deserve it. Oh, the mouth was, yeah. Never in public. Always behind closed doors. Everybody thought he was wonderful, marvellous. But as soon as that door shut, oof. Oh, God, I got called that every day of my life, but not from my parents. Nobody wants to listen to you talking. Why don't you just shut up, yeah? Or you're not going out wearing that, are you? Why, what's wrong with it? Well, if you lost a couple of stone, it wouldn't be so wrinkled and you wouldn't look so fat in it, would you? Right, you ready? You coming? What are you crying for? What are you crying for, big baby? What are you crying for? Oh, yeah. I wished I was like I am now. Back then, I would have told him where he got off. But I never answered him back. Just, as I say, he never physically touched me. He never hit me. Never did anything. I sometimes wish he had done because then I would have an excuse to leave him. But everybody was, oh, what a wonderful husband you've got. He's so polite. He's so loving towards you. Out in public, opening doors for me, calling me darling, calling me sweetheart, and all this jazz. Oh, my wife's lovely. She's a great cook. She's this, that, and the other. At home, you don't expect me to eat this muck, do you? Oh, what's this supposed to be? Is it one of your experimental dinners again? Well, no, no, it wasn't alcohol with him. He didn't drink, no. Well, he did drink, but not drink. He'd go out with his mates for... Oh, it's all, yeah. I used to dread going home. I'd have what I thought was a good night, you know. And then I'd go home, and as soon as the door shut, he's going, "Oh, you made a show of yourself, didn't you? Talking rubbish as usual that nobody wants to listen to." Oh, yeah, it's very demoralising. Yeah, let's talk about something nicer. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Easter eggs. Have we got Easter eggs? I've eaten mine. Somebody gave me Maltese as Easter egg, but I'm sorry, but I ate it. Yeah, it was too tempting. You haven't got any cars? Oh, I only had the one. Somebody at Knit Club bought us all one at Knit Club. So I had it was only a small Maltese one, so I ate it all. Do you know my dad used to get me an Easter egg every single year? And when he had dementia and he didn't know anything and what or whatever, he would say, "Get some money out my wallet. It's Easter. I've got to buy you an Easter egg." And that's one thing he didn't forget. He forgot everything else. My brother used to get a bit upset because he never forgot my name. He never forgot me. But half the time he didn't know who Colin was. But he never forgot me. I was his little girl. He never forgot me. And he wanted to buy me an Easter egg. You got yarn balls in your Easter egg. Well, I've ordered some. Does that count? Can I call that my Easter egg? The only reason I bought it is because of the shop wanted certain colours and I didn't have them. So I had to order them. I would have ordered them off Tracy, you know, Crochet Rocks, but sadly she didn't have the colours I wanted. I would have given her the trade, you know. But sadly, I couldn't because she didn't have what I wanted. I'll show them you. I've got 2 videos to make, actually. I was out in the garden instead of making them. I've had another new baby book, but it's not that thrilling, to be quite honest with you, but I'll show it to you on a video. And then I got another one that's more household stuff. But that one's kind of, well, they're both foreign. One's Nordic baby clothes. They're very plain, though. Perhaps Nordic babies wear very plain things. And then the other one is sort of, there's some lovely bags and different things, but I mean, one of the bags were like done in twine or something. But I will do the videos. I mean, I could have done them this afternoon when the family went out on the motorbike because I like doing videos when there's nobody in. But I was wearing my sun hat and I was in the garden with me Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer nose because it got caught by the sun. So I put some cover up on it. A little bit red, a little bit Rudolph. And I don't think they're going anywhere tomorrow because the shops are closed down because it's Easter Sunday, so they won't be going anywhere. Right, let me see how many things I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25. And how many do I need to have? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, another 4, so I've got more increases here. Well, according to tomorrow, it's going to rain, so it says. So maybe I'll get my videos doing tomorrow, maybe. Because if it's raining, they'll be upstairs watching the telly or watching the videos or something or other. So I wonder if I won the lottery. Ha, 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 she said, jokingly. Hi, Nana Michelle. She's making a purple blanket. Oh, I've been asked to make a blanket, but not a conventional one, whatever that might mean. She wants it sort of darker colours and stuff like that. Have I won anything? It doesn't say anything about me winning anything. No, it doesn't say. So I've obviously not. No, I've not won. Or if I have won, they're keeping it a secret. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do. She wants a baby blanket for a little girl, but she doesn't want baby colours. She wants quite deep, bright colours, and she likes pinks and purples. Well, not pinks, but cerises and purples. So I don't know actually what kind of stitch to use. Whether to do like a zigzaggy kind of stitch or something. I'm thinking about it. Oh, upstairs is wearing clogs again. Right, somebody's sending me a message. It's the lottery saying I've won $1 million. No. 200 artists build a large Easter sandcastle, but it's in Bolivia. So I won't be seeing that because it's in Bolivia, unless they put a picture on YouTube, which they may do, but one never knows. I'll have another drink. I forgot about it. That taste is nice. I'll probably be up all night because it's Coca-Cola. It's not full fat though, but it's still probably got caffeine in it, hasn't it? Oh. Yeah, upstairs is trampling about. It must be getting ready for bed. Although they haven't brought the dogs down for the last wee yet, so. The dogs always go out for the last wee before they get in bed. Clunk, clunk, clunk. You know, to say they work about in the socks upstairs, you think they've got wooden shoal crack, you know. I don't know why it sounds so much, but it does. It is carpeted as well. No, I may be English, Susan, but I don't like tea. People have this sort of stereotype, don't they? Americans drink coffee and British drink tea. They're renowned for cup of tea. But I'm the odd one. I don't like tea. I went off tea when I was pregnant with my son. He's 54. And I don't like, I've tried all herbal teas. I've tried fruit teas. I've tried every kind of tea. I've tried the ones that taste like orange. I've tried Earl Grey. I've tried the lot, and I don't like any of them. My friend used to love it because she used to say, "What tea are you going to try this week?" Because she used to wait because I'd make one cup of tea, didn't like it, and would give her the box. So I don't think she bought any tea. She used to drink mine, although she didn't like the fruit teas either. Yeah, Americans like drink more tea, don't they now? But I watch Tracy, as I say, Crochet Rocks, and she drinks something called biscuit tea, whatever the Bruminette biscuit tea is. Does it taste like dunking your biscuits in tea? I just don't like them, Susan. I really just don't. Every now and again, I think I'm going to try this tea or try that tea or try the other tea, and I just never like them. I like green tea when I am in a Chinese restaurant, but I don't like the green tea that you buy in the shop. Strange. My daughter-in-law drinks decaffeinated, I think, tea. It's like people who drink decaffeinated coffee. Why? You drink coffee for the hit, don't you? For the caffeine and woof, you drink coffee. Oh, builder's tea, Kaz, yeah. When I used to drink tea, it was like I used to wave a tea bag, show it the water, yeah. Yeah, my friend Susan, who you remember, Sue from Scotland, she likes builder's tea. When she used to come, I used to say, "You make your tea, Susan. I'll put the kettle on. You make your own tea." You hate weak tea. I don't like the tannin taste you get with tea. I don't even like the smell of tea. When I was pregnant, it used to make me heave. The smell of tea, the look of tea used to make me heave, and it still does. Even though my son's 54. Usually, when you go off something when you're pregnant, you go back on it again, don't you? But I never did. Yeah, we'd be no good with that Mrs. Hinch or whatever she's called, making a tea bag do 3 cups. She's obviously not British. We always used to laugh at people that did that dried the tea bag and used it again. My mum used to only like tea done in the teapot, loose tea, done in the teapot. And then she used to use a sieve, to sieve the leaves. But she used to do that. And it was always one for the pot, wasn't it? He used to warm the teapot, put 1 spoon in for people, and then one for the pot. So there was 2 people, used 3 teaspoons of tea used to go in. And then she used to leave it to brew with this little tea cosy on. And then she would pour it out with the sieve, yeah. That was the way my mum used to drink her tea. And it always had to be in a china cup. Yeah. Never in anything else but a china cup. It didn't taste right if it wasn't in a china cup. Yeah, Mum wouldn't use tea bags. She never used tea bags. Well, she did at the end, I think, when she was poorly. She used to, but she used to still love the china. She used to have china beakers or china mugs. We used to call them a beaker. A Keurig machine. No, I haven't got one of them. We've actually got a teapot here. I only bought it because I'd made some um, tea causes and I needed something to model it on. So I bought a teapot from the charity shop. It's a polka dot one. But nobody uses it, it's just in the cupboard. No, we wouldn't put a teapot on the stove, no. I don't like strong coffee. I don't like, the ground coffee stuff. I'm very weak and watery. My brother used to make coffee in one of those coffee machines. Ooh, it was so strong. We've got some kind of a coffee machine, but it never gets used. I think you put them little pod things in it. I don't know what it is. And them little poddy things you stick in. I don't use it because I don't like that coffee. And I don't think we've had any pods for a long time. Yeah, I like coffee made with milk now and again. Don't like it all the time. But I don't drink cow's milk anymore. It upsets my stomach. I have to have that non-dairy. I don't know when I suddenly became allergic to cow's milk. Well, not allergic, it just sets my stomach off. So I can't say I'm allergic to it, I'm not. I have IBS, and for some reason or the cow's milk has started to aggravate it. Never used to. I've drunk cow's milk all my life. Don't know suddenly why. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I've got to the right number. I had a milkshake the other day at the cafe. Oh gosh, did I regret it? So when I went in the week after, I said, "Have you got anything that's non-dairy?" She said, "Oh, we've got almond milk." I thought, "No, thank you. Don't like nuts." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, but is it dairy, the coffee milk? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more row. No, I don't know why I've suddenly started to not be okay with ordinary milk. I've drunk cow's milk all my life. Never had any effect. And all of a sudden now I can't drink it. Weird, isn't it? Yeah, I'm still up. I won't be much longer though. I'm just going to finish this sleeve off and then I'm going to bed. Upstairs is gone to bed. I want to stay in bed tomorrow. And it's going to rain. Oh, I've got IBS, I know that. But even with the IBS, I used to drink the cow's milk and it never bothered me. But all of a sudden lately, my IBS has been 10 times worse since I came here. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe I am, but why are you suddenly lactose intolerant after all these years, Rick? You know, you would think you'd be lactose intolerant from being young, wouldn't you? And I'm sure they haven't changed the milk. Oh, coffee mate's non-dairy. Oh, I might be all right. Oh, the water taste is funny here. I had lovely water at home. Irene says I'm being silly. It doesn't taste differently, but I can't drink tap water here. It's absolutely tastes vile. Yeah, maybe I should get some coffee mate then. You hit Trader Joe's. What's Trader Joe's? Is it a grocery shop or what kind of shop is Trader Joe's? Oh, my knees are definitely old and my hips are as well. Matches the rest of me though, doesn't it? Matches my face. My face is old too. Oh, it's a grocery store, yeah. What, a little grocery store or a massive big grocery store? You need to get yourself a scooter, Lydia. Get yourself a scooter, then you can put your shopping. I used to get a week's shopping on my scooter. I used to have bags hanging off every handlebar. I was like a galleon in full sail coming down the road when I went to Tesco's. I only had a smaller scooter then, and Tesco's had big aisles, wide aisles. So I used to go in on my scooter. So it was great. I can't take my big scooters in now. No, it's not Mrs. Peach. I think you've got a thing for Mrs. Peach, you. You made tea in a microwave. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've got another 3 rows to go, and then I'm going to bed. I usually use the microwave to warm up my hot pad things that I put in my bed because I have to have it on my back to go to sleep. I can't sleep without it. Doesn't matter how warm it is or hot it is. I can't sleep without my heat pad on my back. Yeah, I need it. Well, it looks like Shad's gone fishing today, doesn't it? He's nowhere around. Nobody to ask me what necklace I'm wearing today. Hmm. Some people, a load of people I watch, like, drink sweet tea. I always think, oh my God, is that? It must have loads of sugar in it if it's sweet tea. It's a something sweet tea, isn't it? And I'm like, oh, can't be good for you drinking all that sweet tea, especially if you're diabetic. I watched one lady and she's diabetic and she's drinking sweet tea all the time. And I'm like, what? Why are you drinking sweet tea if you're diabetic? You're a tea collector, are you, Lydia? I've got some licorice tea and mint tea that's been in the cupboard that long. It must be out of date by now. It wants to chuck it in the bin. Your daughter-in-law drinks chamomile tea. She was trying to persuade me to drink it to go to bed and calm my stomach down. I thought, no, don't think so. Yeah, I watched one lady who is diabetic and she's always drinking sweet tea. Her husband makes her a great big pot of it. Yeah, I did buy some ginger tea, but I wasn't struck with it. I had ginger cordial now, that was nice. Oh, and peppermint cordial was nice. I had a really bad do, was it about a year ago? With a really bad stomach. I was ill for about a couple of weeks. And that's when I bought the peppermint cordial. I couldn't get it anywhere. I had to send for it online. It cost me a bomb. Anything you buy online, like food-wise, costs twice as much. But there was no shops anywhere that had it locally. I could have tried the herbalist, I suppose, the Holland and Barrett, see if they got anything like that. I haven't been in Holland and Barrett since I've been here. My mum used to love ginger jam. She used to love that stem crystallised ginger as well. I used to buy her that sometimes if I saw it. Yeah, there's a Holland and Barrett in Cleveland. I should pop in there. See what they've got. I used to go in the one in Bury and get all sorts of bits and bats from them. But I just don't know why I've never been in the one in Cleveland. Strange, isn't it? Maybe I should try it. See if I can get something to settle my stomach. The doctor gave me Gaviscon, but he gave me the one with aniseed. Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like aniseed. And yet the daft thing is I like ouzo. I don't drink it anymore because it's so expensive, but I like Pernod and ouzo. Holland and Barrett. It's like a herbalist type place. They sell all this health food stuff. I mean, I don't eat nuts, but they have loads and loads of different kind of nuts and raisins and stuff. I'm might go in because I like dates. I like dried prunes and I like dates, yeah. So they might have them in there. I must remember to call in when I go down. Oh, hunk of honey. I've never had honeycomb now. I mean, obviously I've seen it, but no, that's an idea. I might get some dates or some figs or something from Holland and Barrett's. My friend said she'd seen these dates in this shop, like a box of dates. And she said, they're really expensive though. I said, just get them and I'll give you the money. Oh, they were gorgeous. My mum always used to buy a box of dates every Christmas. I used to love them. Not as mad on figs though, but I prefer dates. Oh no, not the honeycomb covered in chocolate. I could eat that. Honey's a bit sweet for me. I love prunes, yeah. Everybody goes, hey, prunes, but I love them. I can't eat too many, of course, because I've got IBS anyway, so the last thing I need is anything to make me go. No, I will put honey in with whiskey and, if I've got a bad cold or cough, but I'm not a lover of it otherwise. No, I've got one more row to go and then I'm going to Betty Bows. Whee! I do love my bed. Yeah, hot toddy, yeah. I do love a hot toddy when I've got a cough or a cold. It's the only time I drink honey. Oh, they say that, do you? Yeah, because I was never lactose intolerant before. I don't understand why I suddenly am now. You're going out, are you, Rick? Well, I'm going to bed, so I'm sure your day will be more interesting than mine will be. If it's going to rain tomorrow, man, I need to finish this little cardie off. I'll try and make myself finish that sleeve on my knitting, and then it'll be done. Be one more thing out the corner, won't it? I've only got about maybe 2 or 3 inches to do on the top of one sleeve. Yeah, you drive safe. Don't be doing any zooming. I know what you like, Rick, you. Speed demon. You are not in a computer game going, "Zzz." Yeah, well, I'm glad I finished these sleeves now. A happy Easter to you, Rick. Maybe I should go out tomorrow. And my hook's chewed up. Yeah, I know the dog got it. Rosie loves wood. You're having a son and his wife over. Well, happy Easter to you as well, Kath. Maybe they will bring you an Easter egg. Do you know, today I had to look to make sure it was Saturday. You nearly didn't get me at all because I thought it was Friday. It was only when I looked at my phone I realised it was Saturday. Otherwise, you'd have all been sitting here waiting for me because I was thinking it was Friday. Oh, dear. Never mind. Yeah, I've just got to do the the edging on this sleeve and sew it in. I'll finish it off tomorrow. And that'll be one more done. Well, it won't be done because I need to block it out. If it's not raining tomorrow. If it's raining, it will have to go on the clothes area in the conservatory. Because if it's raining, nobody will be sitting in there. Maybe I'll be able to do my videos then, if it's raining and they're all upstairs. I can only do one at a time anyway because my camera runs out. Stupid camera. Right, that's the end of that. Right, Kaz, good night. And I'm going to say good night to everybody. I finished another sleeve. That's 2 sleeves done now. Yeah, the dog chewed. Can you see the end of it? She found the end of me. She loves anything wooden. It used to be me when I was a kid. I used to get told off. I used to eat my pencils. And my mum used to say to me, you'll have to have your appendix out if you keep eating wood. I did have to have my appendix out as it happened. But I don't know whether there's anything to do with me eating wood or not. Right, okay, people. Thank you very much for your company. And hopefully I will see you next week. And happy Easter to everybody. Oh, you just frosted a carrot cake. Right, I'll have a bit. Can you send me a bit in the post? Might be a bit bashed up when it gets here, but the thought would have been there. And it might take 2 weeks to get here, so it might be a bit stale. Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody. And I will see you all very soon. And happy Easter. Bye.